Welcome to the Ironworth Trading Show. It's your host, Coach Price. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you in particular for listening. Real talk, thank you. First thing I need you to do is like this video. If you're new here, hit the follow button, right? If you haven't already subscribed to me, go ahead and do that as well. All right, so today we're going to go over a few things like Pfizer. I'm going to talk about Pfizer. I got a couple of other plays I'm going to talk about. Novo, we're going to talk about, what's up? What else on my watch list? I think I told y'all about Hims. And I also told you about SoFi. That's what it was, SoFi. All right. So, yeah, all of those are on the watch list heavy right now. So I hope y'all paying close attention. I'm so tired of this chair. I'm about to get rid of this chair. But yeah, I know y'all tired of hearing my squeaky chair. It's now a staple of the live stream, right? It is 2 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday, November the 11th, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry I go late, y'all. I'm just playing. I'm not sorry. It is what it is. But I appreciate y'all for being here still. Come on in. I'm gonna let a few more people come on in before I get started on the show. Bob the Fish, what's happening? Craig, what up? So, for those who are on the outside listening, tonight's your lucky night. You get to actually learn something for once on TikTok. Because I know they be rotting the fuck out y'all brain when y'all be scrolling and shit. You don't really get nothing. They not serving you. It's not serving you, right? Not here at the Ironworth Trading Show. All right, so listen to me carefully, because I ain't going to say it twice. What I'm about to say can change the way you look at money forever. Right now, the world is shifting faster than what most of y'all realize. Okay? Matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and go from the school setting to, we finna go to Club TikTok. Club Trading TikTok. TikTok traders. Let some folk come on in real quick. Come on in the club, y'all. Y'all on the outside looking in. Let me share the live out. Yeah, come on in. Because what I'm about to say gonna change the way y'all look at money forever. Now, we got all these companies merging. We got billion-dollar acquisitions happening overnight. The government's supposed to be reopening. The feds is hinting at a policy change. And still, while all this shit going on, we got millions of people just sitting there waiting. Millions. I mean, acting like they ain't got no damn sense. You just sitting there waiting. Some of y'all still sports betting and shit. Right, we still buying, consumers to the max, still buying Christmas ornaments and shit, still buying trick-or-treat candy, costumes and shit. I was so relieved to see that it wasn't a lot of kids knocking on the door this year. Y'all, some of y'all parents are smart. Not saying some of y'all ain't, but come on now. Now is not the time to be doing that crazy, goofy ass shit. You need to be investing in them kids' future, not dressing them up in costumes so that they can go get candy. You should not be worried about the bullshit right now. But I ain't going to tell y'all what to do. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Y'all know how that go. But the people that's waiting, all this stuff going on and you waiting. You waiting for the perfect time. You want to wait for you to be certain. I've come across so many people that like, yeah, I'm going to start investing. I'm just waiting on blah, 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 blah. I'm going to do it next week. Next week come, I don't never hear from them. Right? So waiting, these people are waiting until it feels safe to invest. But the truth is there is no perfect time to invest. There's only right now. Every time there was a wealth shift in history, every time there was a bull market, Every time there was a crypto boom we done seen, right? Every time some stock then exploded, it started in a moment of confusion. Motherfuckers didn't know what was going on. Uncertainty and fear. And the people who made the most money, they weren't necessarily the smartest. So don't think you got to be a damn genius to make money in this market. But all you got to do is be bold, right? The people who made the most money were the boldest. They was the ones who decided to learn while everybody else was frozen. Everybody else freezing up and shit. These people decided to learn. Like y'all chose to do when you came inside this live. They said, I don't need all the answers to get started. I just need the courage to begin. I respect them type of traders. That's the mindset of a trader. I respect that. Put a W in the chat if you got the mindset of a trader. See, because trading is not just about charts. It's not about graphs. It ain't about what your favorite stock is, right? It's about psychology. I tell y'all that all the time. It's about discipline. Who you finna become in the process of this shit. What's up, Nikki? Yeah, who you finna become in the process of it. Because you're going to become somebody else. It's gonna actually make or break you. You either going to be a quitter or you going to succeed. I think there ain't no there's no in between. At least not with me, it ain't. When you learn how money move, it'll help you. And once you understand how the market breathe, how emotions drive decisions, right, in the stock market or any market, futures, crypto, Forex too, you're going to start to see how cycles repeat. You're going to start to see opportunity everywhere. But that's only going to happen when you stop waiting to be comfortable, right? Comfort is the killer of progress. Comfort is what's going to keep you broke. Comfort keeps people broke, y'all, because they comfortable with that shit. They hesitant and they always reacting instead of positioning. It's a difference between positioning and reacting. I'm going to be real with you. Right now, you living in one of the greatest transfer of wealth periods in modern history. Y'all just don't know. I'm going to put y'all on. I'm going to put y'all on. We're going to talk about it real quick. Y'all ever heard of this company called, where is it at? Pfizer. Y'all ever heard of this company called Pfizer? Pfizer just dropped $10 billion to buy its way into weight loss, into the weight loss market. Some of y'all big backs, y'all know what I'm talking about. Wegovy, Ozempic, etc. Now, Pfizer just dropped $10 billion, not 10 million, right? Not 1 billion, $10 billion. Y'all think about how much money that is. They jumping into the weight loss market. Novo Nordisk is a shifting strategy. Technology is evolving at lightning speed. These companies, I'm talking about Novo too. Let me see. Novo. So we got all these stocks I'm naming, they under $50. Also, I forgot to give my disclaimer. Nothing in this live stream is financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. I repeat, this live stream is not financial advice. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. If you're new here, hit the follow button. While I'm yapping, I need y'all tapping. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss another live. But yeah, we got technology evolving at a lightning speed. All these ones I just showed y'all. Rich Tech Robotics. Is that what you talking about, Con? But yeah, all the stocks I just showed y'all, well, I only showed you two, Novo and Pfizer. Okay? Novo Nordisk and Pfizer. We got Pfizer and Novo. Novo, $45 a share. Pfizer is $24 a share. Sorry. So don't ever say you can't afford to invest when these stocks are this cheap. Rich Tech Robotics, I mean, for me, I'm holding it. I own some. I buy more and more and more and more every week. I get more. I get like, probably like 10 shares, something small every week. Amazon and a lot of other places they cut their sales, they cut their workforce down. Like they got rid of people, but made more money on the balance sheets. So we know that AI is already here. Technology is already here. Like motherfuckers losing jobs, but other people gaining jobs too. A full share is less than 50. That's right, Nikki. Nobody can say they can't afford to invest. One full share is less than 50. That's right. And it won't always be that way. Now, where was I at? We was talking about Pfizer. I want y'all to pay attention to Pfizer because they spent that $10 billion to get inside the weight loss market. And the government about to reopen too. Y'all know we bullish on that information, but I don't think it's gonna happen how it seemed like it's gonna happen. But it's supposed to be some fresh liquidity coming into the market, into the economy. You don't need to understand every detail of the headlines that come out. You just need to understand what they mean. Francisco, Pfizer, and I also was talking about Novo. But yeah, I was just letting them know you don't need to understand everything that come out on the news. The psychology of trading is about rewiring your brain to think differently about risk. That's what I want y'all to do. I want you to not think the same way you think about risk. As soon as you see a big ass pit bull run up on you and you get scared, you see what I'm saying? That feeling you get the same feeling whenever you see a big ass red candlestick or, maybe a green one whenever you in a put, right? So a lot of y'all fear losing money. Put a W in the chat if you fear losing money. Auction is the way I think about it. Makes sense, Francisco. It makes sense, buddy. But yeah, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Who in here is scared of losing money? Let me know. If you're scared of losing money, Big Sam, you scared of losing money? A lot of traders fear missing opportunity, and they call that FOMO. So the average person gonna say, what if it goes wrong? What if I get in this trade and it go the wrong way? Right? A successful trader is gonna say, what if it goes right? And I wasn't ready. The difference in mindset is everything, y'all. Aiden skates long enough. Hey, Aiden, you can pick up trading today and surpass someone who has been trading for a long time. This is not that type of game. Nvidia has to crash, says Busy, once everyone done buying those AI chips. When do you think everyone is going to be done buying the AI chips, Busy Brian? Now, I want you to realize something. Because when you study this game, you're going to understand how to read a chart, how to interpret economic news, how to manage your emotions under pressure. You're going to stop being a victim of the market and you're going to start becoming a participant in it. Right? I want you to realize something. Every expert that you look up, you can go look up. As a matter of fact, not even just look, the ones you look up to. Right? Every expert that you look up to today, they was clueless at one point in time. They ain't started out with confidence. They had to build it. They made a lot of mistakes. They learned a lot of lessons. They adjusted. And that is how you become a master. How much capital do you need to make $50 a day? Aiden, that's a trick question, because think about it. Think about this, Aiden. You can make $50 a day with a infinite amount of numbers. Like, the question is, can you? Can you? Somewhere out there right now, there's a out of the money call. It's cheap as hell. And you can buy it, and it can make you a shit ton of money right now. But who the fuck out here just gambling like that? You don't want to be a gambler. So you asking how much capital do you need to make $50 a day is like one of those, I want to be real with you. Why do people think that they are going to come into the stock market and make money every single day and never lose? So you think you will never lose? I tell everyone this is my favorite analogy is the quarter that you flip. And every time it lands on heads, you make $3. But every time it lands on tails, you lose one. So you lose $1 every time it lands on tails. And every time it lands on heads, you make $3. You're going to flip that quarter as many times as possible. You're going to have some losses. The story of the quarter is for you to learn about probability. Okay? But don't think, ladies and gentlemen, don't think you finna come in here and do the market like that where I'm going to make $50 a day. Ladies, don't think you finna just come in here and make $50 a day. You can. It's possible if you remain disciplined and pay attention and learn and study and practice, etc., But you're going to have losses. And if you got the right risk to reward ratio, then you're going to be all right. If you manage your risk properly, you'll be more than all right. All right. So the people that you look up to, they was clueless at one point in time, but they made mistakes and they learned lessons. That's the point. So if you're thinking about learning how to trade or how to invest, stop saying you're going to do it someday. There ain't no someday on the calendar. It's only right now. That's it. Now is the time to learn. Now is the time to study. Now is the time to get your mind right for this new economy that we coming in, because the world is not slowing down for none of y'all. I'm telling you, it is not slowing down. It is not slowing down at all. Now, trading is 80% mental and 20% technical. So you can learn the technicals anywhere. You can learn the technicals anywhere, but what most people never get to master is the mental side of this shit. Patience. They don't get to learn how to focus, discipline, emotional control. Don't you want to make the money like by pressing a button, right? Pressing a button, click, 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 right? You want to make money clicking, right? It's going to take some type of studying, some type of discipline, some type of work going to have to be put in. Some type of it, though, but not the type that you used to putting in. Because I know a lot of y'all are used to trading your time for money, your energy for money. This is just going to require your mindset. You got to learn how to stay calm when your account dips. You have to learn how to think long term when everybody else is chasing the hype. You have to learn how to execute your plan, not your emotions. That is how real traders are built. That is how wealth is built. And that's what I'm here to teach. Because if you don't learn this shit now, 5 years from today, you're going to look back and say, I should have started back then. But if you start today, if you take the time to learn, study, and develop your trading psychology, you're going to be thanking yourself for the rest of your life. Not me. You're going to thank yourself. You are going to thank yourself. You're going to be like, I'm so glad I did that. Now, this is the season to go all in on your education, all in on your growth, all in on your discipline. Don't wait for comfort. Don't wait till you're comfortable to do it. Don't wait for somebody to give you signals. Yes, we do trading over here. That's exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, don't wait on somebody to give you signals. It's a real trader party you cannot get in. How much space is there usually between holds? Busy. That depends on if you are a day trader or a swing trader. But look, start understanding how this shit work right now. Because the next wave of wealth is not going to wait for anyone. And those who listen, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Right? If you prepare your mind first, you're going to be the one who profit from it later. So don't just watch the market move. I want you to learn how to move with it. We're going to break down what happened in the market Monday. And more importantly, how to think about it like a trader and not like a spectator. Right? Because the headlines don't mean shit unless you learn how they move the money. We got a bunch of huge story headlines that happened Monday. We got the government shutdowns that's supposed to be, they're supposed to be reopening the government. Inflation data coming in from a bunch of unusual ass sources because of the shutdown. They was having to go through back channels to get the information from. The Federal Reserve signaling caution, right? A major collapse in private lending and some massive moves in tech stocks like Nvidia and Tesla. All right, so we're going to unpack each one, right? Who involved? You see what we got here. The United States government shut down. That bullshit, right? The shutdown. And the market still rose. Who was in the spy put today and got done wrong? I ain't gonna say what happened to you, but who was in puts today and wish they hadn't have been? And who was in calls and made money today in the stock market? Drop it in the comment section if you made some money today in the market. All right, so the United States government been shut down for over 40 days. 40. That means non-essential government services have been halted. Agencies like the Bureau, sorry, that word whoop my ass, y'all, every time. The Federal Bureau of Investigation face ass. Agencies like the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Census Bureau, even parts of the Department of Commerce, they all partially closed. Y'all know this shit. I got flights to catch. What about y'all? How many of y'all got a flight to catch and y'all hope this shit gonna be over with by then? Ain't nobody got time for them to be talking about they ain't, flying and, people not wanting to work because they not getting paid and shit. So, it's causing an effect not just in the stock market, but in our everyday lives as well, right? We tired of this shit. But it's a big deal. Because they also block data that we don't get that move the market too, like the job reports, inflation data. And even though all that shit going on, look at how much the market's still been rising. Now, the market move on expectations, not conditions. So by the time the shutdown do end, if it happened tomorrow or sometime this week, we already rallied in anticipation. Like we priced it in already. That's called priced in. So we already know that we're gonna buy the rumor and sell the news. Right now, we in that buy the rumor phase. You know what I'm saying? Now, since the shutdown then delayed a bunch of the reports that we usually get, Wall Street doing some what they call this shit, some back road shit, right? They finding out ways to get this information. They got some alternative data sources. They got some private analytic firms that they get the information from. And in this case, they using a group called Open Brand. And that's where they're getting the information from. So it's a small number, but it pretty much matter what they find out. They found out that prices rose about 0.22%. That's down from 0.48% in September. So this shit matter because it's hinting towards that inflationary pressure easing up. And that's going to affect the Fed's decision on interest rates. Therefore, it affects the stock market. I know y'all, I'm nerding out a little bit, but I want you to know why it matters. Open Brand collects prices every day from online stores, physical retailers, and marketplaces. And that's what we call real-time economic data. So when the government data is delayed, these firms end up telling people what the fuck going on so that we as traders, we use that because it's going to give us an informational edge, right? It's going to give us an informational edge. Or if not, it's going to give other traders an informational edge, and that shit going to move the market. Like I said, it's all psychological. So whenever the official reports are delayed or uncertain, they look for private sector data, and that often becomes our guide or the market's guide. So I want you to watch for how companies like State Street, y'all know about BlackRock. Pay attention to BlackRock. Listen to what Goldman Sachs them be saying about this kind of information because they manage billions and they move early. You got to follow the money. I swear, once they did AI and layoffs, it's been like evening out. Can you do an active review on Amazon and Meta and Alphabet? Yeah, I mean, everything I'm doing today is an active review, Brian. We active right now. right? But it said y'all know about y'all know Michael Metcalf from State Street Bank. He said inflation remains firm but not alarming. Y'all know what what kind of information would a trader take that and do? Somebody said, I've been on the market all day. When I got home from work at 9, I stayed on S&P till 115. Oh, no. I'm gonna walk away from the screen. I got too much shit to do. I ain't finna just be sitting there looking at the screen now. Yeah, he said inflation remains firm but not alarming. Now that means that prices are still up, but they're not out of control. So that kind of statement is gonna calm the market down, especially since we ahead of the holiday sales season, and that's when a lot of y'all consuming asses is gonna spend the backbone off the market, right? Y'all gonna spend the backbone of Q4 performance, right? Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye, bye. Baby, bye, 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 bye. That kind of statement can make us calm the fuck down when we hear him say that. But we going to be watching retail stocks. We're going to be watching retail stocks because I know y'all buying them kids' shoes. Y'all buying some coats and shit, right? Just S&P and chill. That's right. Big Sam said, hell no. Your trading analysis on Rich Robotics. I thought I already gave it to you, Con. Check out DVLT. Hit the follow button first, Ron. I'll check it out at the end of the show. How about that? You got to hit the follow button first, though. But yeah, we're going to be looking at e-commerce platforms because y'all going to be ordering a lot of shit off Amazon. We're going to be looking at logistics companies close, all right? Because if inflation do cool down and y'all keep on spending that money, it's going to be a bullish combination for companies that I'm going to be looking at like Amazon. I'm going to be looking at Walmart. I'm looking at FedEx. How many of y'all pay attention to the Federal Reserve? Do y'all know why we give a fuck about what the Federal Reserve say and do? Because it moves the market and it end up making you money because you read a dumbass headline. You end up making some money because you came into some dude's TikTok that was talking about the Federal Reserve's cautious tone on why less cutting might be bullish. Federal Reserve Chairman Mosalim, he made a statement that grabbed my attention. He basically said we need to be careful about cutting interest rates too much because the economy is strong and could rebound early next year. Now, I'm going to unpack that for a second. Stinky said Powell can tank the market, no doubt. Busy said if there's AI and job losses, do you think the loss of salaries will outperform those employees spend? I don't. And I also don't know what you mean by if there's AI and job losses. Like I don't. What do you mean if there's AI losses? Be more specific, Brian. But yeah, we're gonna unpack this real quick, right? The Federal Reserve control the cost of borrowing money. If y'all didn't know, they do this by raising or cutting interest rates. So when they cut the rates, that make loans cheaper. That's gonna boost the economy. And that can spark inflation, right? Which happened the last time Trump was in office anyways. I'm 17. Do I wait a year to make profits? Do I put the account IKYC verification under a parent? Luke Bueno. That is a personal. You want me to get real personal inside the live? What you want? Come on, inbox me. All right, buddy, inbox me. You 17, you be 18 soon. They'll send your ass to the army if they wanted to. But yeah, definitely talk to your parents about that. All right, talk to your parents. Ask your parents about investing. Right, you 17, but you definitely learning. It's okay to learn. It was somebody in here even younger than that the other night, and I'm just amazed, bro. I mean, the fact that y'all studying and learning stuff like this at such a young age, oh, y'all gonna be rich. Y'all gonna be rich. Y'all gonna be rich. Meaning AI taking those salaries so there'll be more room for profit, but job losses equals less spending. Yeah, busy. Yeah, I guess that's an educated prediction to make. But I don't know about you, Brian, but you know, there will be signs. Okay, there will be signs. I think that one person can spend enough money for 10 people. So is the spending really gonna be less? Stock market investing tips. Ask about S&P. I don't need your help. AI is recommending me what to say, y'all. I don't need AI to help me. I love AI though. I ain't gonna cap though. Chat GPT, my partner, my player partner. I do a lot of live streams talking about artificial intelligence. I talk about quantum computing. I talk about the technology sector quite a bit because I'm bullish as hell on it. I mean, I feel like I got into a time machine and went back into the year 2025 where everything first pretty much started to take off, and I got to slap myself in the back of the head and say, you better start investing right now. Now's the time. Right, I'm woke. I'm trying to get everybody else to wake up. Like, hey, listen, wake up. Your future self said you need to do this shit. And this is not financial advice. This is a science fiction story where your future self got into a time machine, went back to this shit. Because if you don't, you gonna mess up the future. I really just got that movie. That came from this movie called Back to the Future. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I love that movie, bro, because he went back in time and gave himself an almanac. I just thought that was genius. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go back and give myself the Powerball numbers. Oh, if I had that type of power, right? But yeah, y'all know now that y'all know what the Federal Reserve means. When they raise the rates, they slow inflation down, but they also slow growth. So when dude said that, he pretty much let me know that the Feds believes that the economy will rebound strongly in Q1 next year. So we can look for the market to pump January, February. So he said there's limited room for further rate cuts. That means the Feds doesn't want to overdo it. So the way I'm thinking about this shit is when the Feds pauses rates, let me see if I can what I got for my boy. Yeah, when the Feds pause the rate cuts, that's not necessarily a bearish situation. It don't always mean that the stock market gonna come down or that the futures is gonna drop necessarily, right? But it do mean that the economy is stabilizing, and a strong economy usually means higher corporate profits. The big companies gonna make a lot of money, which then can support the stock prices, which then we make money off of. But we also know that if they cut this shit too much, then that can make a lot of people start panicking. They start talking about a recession. They do this shit every time. So when he says stuff like we must proceed cautiously, it's usually a sign of confidence, but I don't know. I don't got a crystal ball, right? If they drop inflation means devaluation. Yeah, busy. Yeah. Sometimes your sentences, I feel like it be missing one word, busy. Like one word. It would have, and that one word, like, you know what I'm saying? When I read it out loud, I'm gonna stop reading your shit out loud, busy. You ain't finna make me sound crazy, bro. You ain't finna blame your reading level on me, nigga. All right, I'm just joking. But yeah, do y'all know about BlackRock's $150 million wake-up call? It's a big, this a big part of the show. It's a warning sign. Now, BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager. They've been rebuying at 15% increases. Yeah. They are the world's largest asset manager. We talking over $9 trillion under management. I'm gonna say that again. I don't think y'all heard me. Wow! BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager, and we talking about over $9 trillion that they managing. just valued one of its private loans at zero. Yes, from 100 cents on the dollar to zero. You not a fan of Larry Fink? Why not? Why not? Why not, Stinky? But here's what happened though. They had lent money to a home improvement company called Renovo Home Partners. And that company was backed by another group called AUDAX, Audax. Brian said it costs less for them to build based off when they built prior to. I said I wasn't going to read your comments no more, Busy. I'm just playing though, bro. I value your insight. I just wish you add one more word to the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? One more word. Just one. What do you think of the 50-year mortgage loan? Bruh, I'm not, hey, Francisco, is you serious right now? I think about the 50-year. 50-year, Nate? Like what? What are we talking about? It's self-explanatory. Yes, Chris Ruth. I don't speak nothing but facts. You can do your research. You can go look it up. You can go look it up. Go look it up. Go look it up, Chris Ruth. BlackRock literally got over $9 trillion under management. And they just valued one of their private loans at zero. So they lent the money to Renovo, and that Renovo, they backed by Audax. That's a private equity firm. Renovo suddenly went bankrupt, and that wiped out the loan's value. Y'all don't know what that means, though, do you? Y'all stay with me. That exposes a massive vulnerability. Oh, God, this word with my ass. Vulnerability, bitch. Blue, blue, blah, blah, blue, blah. Is that a tank top or a new bra? Face side. But yeah, vulnerability. That word always kick my ass. That one in scrimp. I can't say it, man. It is what it is. It's an Atlanta thing, y'all. Everybody from Atlanta got a speech impediment. I'm just playing, not everybody. I ain't gonna say that. Everyone from Atlanta has a speech impediment. I can speak proper English if I like to. I just rather not. Face side. All right. We can speak proper English, but I'll do a little bit of my Southern Negro looking at. Let me stop playing in y'all face. But basically, unlike public markets where prices are transparent, private loans are illiquid. That means they don't trade openly. Their valuations can be subjective. So when one of those borrowers collapse, investors get blindsided because the value on paper don't fucking match the reality that we looking at. And then it'd be too late by the time we find out. So when you see stories like this, it ain't just about one company. You know what I'm saying? It's about credit risk spreading into the financial system. It's more like if more private loans start defaulting, it could pressure banks, private equity firms, and even pension funds that rely on those assets for yield. That's why us as traders, we watch the credit spread. Some of y'all don't know what a credit spread is. I'll talk about that on another live stream. Matter of fact, follow me because this week we're gonna talk about credit spreads, iron condors. We're gonna go over covered calls, cash secured puts, strangles, and straddles. Go ahead and hit the follow button. We're gonna go over because all y'all know is calls and puts. I might can't say vulnerability, but I know how to do more than a call or put, bitch. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. Bear put spread too. Yes, Stinky. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do this shit for y'all, though. Y'all notice I ain't came on here and asked y'all for shit, right? No, I did ask y'all to tap the screen. Whoever tapping the screen, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And everybody that hit the follow button, I appreciate you too. See, tonight we got a small classroom. It's only 13 people in here, and I'm okay with that. It's quality over quantity, all right? It's quality over quantity. So yeah. And when you watch credit spreads, the difference between risky loans and safe treasuries, When spreads widen, it's a red flag that risk appetite is shrinking. So the Dow was up 381 points. The Nasdaq was up over 500. S&P 500 is up 103 points. Now that's a clean, strong rally, and the shit really pretty much came from big tech. How many of y'all invested in MU? Micron. Y'all know about Micron? Here we go. MU. You could have got in MU when it was $100, when it was $48. $48. So a lot of stocks that y'all looking at that's under $50 right now got the potential to shoot up to $253. That's a $200 move. I mean, shit, in about a year. So stop sleeping on a lot of this shit right now. I'm just trying to wake you up real quick. You feel me? I may be a little vulgar. You see what I'm saying? I may be a little. I know I get a little annoying sometimes. I apologize, y'all. Right? I really do. From the deepness of my heart, I want to tell y'all something. I really don't give a fuck. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. But I'm not though. I'm just playing. But I'm not though. But look, Micron jumped over 6%, way over 6%. Memory chip demand is recovering. We got NVIDIA that rose, Tesla rose, Google rose. Now, NVIDIA still the heartbeat of the AI revolution. Tesla Tesla rose even though they had a weak delivery on their data that was coming in. Google rose even though a lot of shit, they got a lot of competition. We see this as a defensive play in AI and advertising, the shit that they just pulled off. So this pattern, technology leading the market higher, it usually signals risk-on sentiment. That means traders are confident, we willing to take risk, and we getting ready for this shit to outperform. Never change. We love the realness. Thank you, Roxy. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Real talk. That means a lot to me, Roxy. I'm going to get it together. I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. All right, Coinbase. We're going to talk about Coinbase. Do y'all see the purple lines on the chart, ladies and gentlemen? Those are the levels of support and resistance. So support is the floor. Resistance is the ceiling. The price came off the floor and went all the way up to the ceiling, and it hit the ceiling and it bounced down to create a new floor, a new level of support at 289. The price just keeps bouncing off that level. It doesn't want to break below it, So if it does not go below 289, stays above it, we could be revisiting 444 again, because that's the level of resistance. Actually, the price came down from 444 to 289, then it came back up eventually to 400 to create a new level of resistance as well. So we got a new level of resistance at 400 and a new level of support at 289. Previous level of resistance, 444. Previous level of support, 141. Right? So now, Coinbase. They got a new token early release. New token. I just said that shit like Glorilla. Coinbase new token early access. I'm trying to get this country shit together though. I know, Roxy, I don't got to change, but speaking proper English is going to take me to another level, and not using so many fucking cuss words, right? I'm going to get it together though. But yeah, how much money you been making, Stallone, off of coin? You said you've been trading coin all year. How much roughly do you think you've made off Coinbase, if you don't mind me asking? All right. So I know y'all heard about Web3. How many of y'all heard about Web3? Now, when I say Web3, watch the live go from 17, 16 people to about 27 people, just because the crypto bros be listening, right? When they swiping, if I say the word crypto 10 times in a row, a bunch of crypto bros gonna come in here, and all I gotta do is say Web3 a couple times, right? And say something about XRP. XRP is a trigger word. Like, soon as you go to talking about XRP, they start flooding in, and they going to start saying what they got. You're going to have a whole bunch of people come in and start trying to tell you what meme coins they want you to buy. Some of them people start coming in telling you about how XRP is not the coin you need to look at. You need to look at this. They are relentless. Okay, the crypto bros, they relentless. I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. Now, Coinbase is the largest U.S. crypto exchange. If y'all got crypto, I'm pretty sure y'all use Coinbase to buy it on, right? Now, they launching a token early access platform. Now, this matters because it's going to mimic how traditional stock IPOs work. How many of y'all know what an IPO is? Stallone said $5,000 on Coinbase options. I know that's right, Stallone. Real talk. So yeah, Coinbase coming out with this thing where it's gonna be like, okay, so first of all, IPO in the stock market is called IPO stands for initial public offering. And it's basically whenever a company goes public and they get added to the stock market and you can invest in them and buy shares and be a shareholder of that company. Right. So Coinbase is coming out with a version of that, but for crypto. It's going to let us get early access to new tokens before the tokens trade publicly. They're gonna use an algorithm to and I know what's happening, bro. Like, first of all, the meme coins have to graduate to get added on to Coinbase and Robinhood. So I'm pretty sure they just gonna let us invest in the coins that they wasn't letting us invest in, that you usually would have to go through like Pump Fund or some shit to get on, right? But either way it go, this is just gonna allow us to invest in those new tokens, and it's also going to prevent whales from hoarding those. It's going to keep them from being. It's going to help us, bro, and it's going to help. It's going to help in the wealth transfer. You're going to love it. The first project on the platform is going to be called Monad. It's a blockchain network. Notice it's not a commercial. Coinbase did not pay me to tell y'all about this shit. I'm actually just telling you it because I'm bullish on the company. I'm bullish on the stock. I'm a shareholder, right? I own some Coinbase, and I'm looking at the information that the company got coming out like, oh shit, my shares could go up, right? And I might even get into a call or two. A call is when you say, hey, I think the price of Coinbase is going to go up. Right, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna give you a super quick crash course on stock options. If you wanted to buy Coinbase right now, you would have to pay $317 for one share. Okay, for one share. Compare coin to the hood chart. All right, I got you, Stallone. Give me a second. So if you wanted to buy Coinbase, it would be $317 for one share. However, if you traded stock options, you can get 100 shares, and those 100 shares might not even cost you $300, but you get the kick is, or the catch is, you have an expiration date attached to it, so you only have a certain amount of time to have those shares, and the price needs to go in the direction that you think it was going to go in for you to be profitable. You have the right to buy those shares, not the obligation, right? You got the option, hence the term options. But I will compare it in a second, Stallone. But yeah, the first project on that platform I was just telling y'all about with Coinbase is going to be called Monad. So if that shit goes smoothly, Coinbase could become the gatekeeper for new token launches. That's big for the crypto world. That's going to be a new revenue stream for Coinbase too, which is also a part of the S&P 500. So whenever a major exchange creates a system that democratizes early access, it changes the market structure. This is going to attract a lot of institutional money back into the crypto space. Yes, Monad is going to be the first project on the platform. It's a blockchain network. You ain't heard about it, Fresher Baby, because it's kind of new still, but just do some research. You're going to see. You will see. Just look up Coinbase's new token early access, and that'll lead you right to it. Now, my next topic is C3 AI. Add this to your watch list. All of these stocks is pretty good. I hope y'all not just thinking I'm blabbering this shit up. I hope y'all don't think I'm talking out the side of my neck. Everything I went over tonight, we talking about money. Money talks. I'm not in here just talking for fun. I'm not a Poindexter, right? Right? This is not one of those, according to my calculations, no, for real, I'm dead ass serious. This is some shit y'all need to add to your watch list. I'm gonna give you a quick summary. Quick summary. I told y'all HIMS, HIMS. I told y'all Pfizer, Novo, and SoFi. Micron, but Micron then already got the hell away from you. But I'm just saying, yeah, Micron, Nvidia, and Tesla and Google, they already ran from you. But yeah, C3 AI, MP, definitely gave them MP. INTZ, okay, it's called Intrusion. It's under $3 a share, and yeah, you'll be happy when it go to $10. And I ain't gonna tell you where else I a little birdie told me it could head to. I'm just gonna say $10 is the price for my first price target on INTZ, and it's under $3 right now. I think Bill, and this is not financial advice, I think Bill Gates is going to do something with regenerative medicine. Not sure which corporation, says Busy Brian. We gonna find out. I really don't be caring too much what Bill Gates do, but like if it's market moving information, guess what? I am. And since you talking about regenerative medicine, what company? That's why we do need to be sure what company, because I'm looking for stock market information, right? But this is going to bring a lot of money back into crypto. And if Bitcoin can stay above 100K, that's going to make it go up another leg in the altcoin market. Like the altcoin market is going to pump just off this information about Coinbase. But anyway, C3 AI. This is a software company that builds AI systems for big clients. Am I missing some comments? Put the fries in the bag. Put the fries in the bag, D. Stinky, I bet you do. And it's a loud birdie too. It's a Trump hating parrot. My favorite parrot of all time, though. She's my favorite Trump hating parrot. That's a Promise Servicing Company. Yeah. You know, it is for sure. C3 AI is a software company that builds AI systems for Shell, the United States Air Force. They basically a bridge between traditional industries and advanced artificial intelligence. So they founder and the CEO, Thomas Siebel, he just resigned because he got some shit going on with his health. After that, a bunch of news rumors came out. I'm gonna say reports. I ain't even gonna call them rumors because this was reported. You can see them if you go look it up. A bunch of reports came out that the company is exploring a sale or other strategic options. So that's code for they're open to being bought. Now, their stock has been crushed down 54% this year because of financial weakness and a lot of uncertainty, right? But when a beaten down company come across my desk, I don't play about this shit. I love beating down companies. You know why? Because I know I like the underdog. It's going to come back. It could come back up. Right? Now, I ain't going to gamble on it. I'm just saying I like paying attention to it. Now, whenever a beaten down company announce that they about to get sold, that is when I really, really pay attention. Real talk, Busy. Because if they get picked up by the right company, you got to get in at such a lovely price. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you get in C3 AI. I'm just giving you this information and you do with what you want with it. You talking about a 30% off? This shit is down 54% this year. So I want you to pay attention for any spikes in volume. Anytime if you see any big institution starting to buy this shit up, that's a sign that they already know who finna buy it. This is still one of the strongest long-term things, bro. AI is still a long-term thing. So this could be a deep value play. I just need the fundamentals to stabilize some more on it. Now, Wells Fargo, I'm going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about Tesla for a second. Hold on. How y'all doing tonight, though? Hit the follow button if you haven't already. Glad to have you here. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss another live, y'all. You don't want to miss another live. I guess I get that a lot. Now, this picture funny as fuck. Wells Fargo reported that Tesla's global deliveries fell 23% in October, year over year. That's a steep drop. All right, that's a steep drop. They say that the decline wasn't just in the United States either. It was across Europe, China, South Korea. That electric vehicle shit, the tax credits from that Inflation Reduction Act, that's what's hurting them. They got a lot of competition. It's a whole bunch of other electric vehicle companies coming out all around the world. So when you see sales drop, but the stock still go up, that's important. That's letting you know that the market already priced that shit in. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. And we betting on a turnaround. People don't care about Tesla. We just don't care. It's Tesla. Come on. A lot of people just loyal investors on their shit and they bag holders. Now, as a short-term trader, you could play the rebound. As a long-term investor, you need to look for margins and deliveries real careful going into quarter four. Going into the fourth quarter, you need to pay attention. Look at the fourth quarter earnings. Every piece of news we cover top back the one core principle. The markets are not about what happened. It's about what we are expecting to happen next. The shutdown is supposed to be open. They're supposed to be opening the government back up. We expecting that. We expecting that. The market is already betting that shit gonna end soon. We expecting that. We expecting inflation. The shit with BlackRock, the shit with Tesla. We looking at Coinbase, new platform. So your job is not to react to this shit. It's to interpret what everything I just said mean. You got to read between the lines and ask yourself, how is this shit going to shape sentiment? What's up with the liquidity, the momentum? I can see Tesla going up and knocking out Waymo and creating consistent profits, knocking out Uber too. I don't know, Busy. Uber and Lyft, they competing. I think Lyft is also another one that's like slept on. Uber ain't by themselves. Lyft is a competitor. It's something that pay attention. It ain't gonna be as cheap as it is in the future. Y'all could take these lessons, internalize them, and remember the best traders don't just follow the news. Y'all are supposed to translate everything you learn, everything you hear, whether it's on Reddit, whether it's on X, whether it's the news. You translate this shit into an opportunity. Because every single headline, especially shit that come out the orange man mouth, every headline got a hidden message for those that know where to look. And there go your edge right there. Now, so let me get some water, y'all. They already have what? Fresher, baby. What you talking about? What I miss? Driverless cars? Yeah. So this shutdown, this shit lasted 40 days, like over 40 days. This is the longest shutdown in U.S. history. And this shit is digging deep into the system. I hope y'all not affected by it too much, but it's reminding me of COVID a lot, bruh. Like, I can just smell a government shutdown relief package coming. You know what I'm saying? Some crazy shit like that, some stupid shit, just a way for them to print money. We think it's about some damn stimulus check. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just a way for them to print money into the market, or into the economy, my bad. So we at a tipping point. We're going to walk through 3 major pressure points that I've been looking at that's pretty much going to force a reopening. I've been doing the options on Robinhood. Real talk. Real talk. So November 15th, we got active military personnel that may face pay cuts if the shutdown continues. That's big, bruh. That is a big red line politically speaking, because defense and the armed forces hold huge weight in national approval ratings. So we ain't got no defense, we gonna get attacked looking at. I ain't trying to spread fear or nothing. I'm just saying, like, that's something they not just gonna let happen. That's our defense sector. Got anything in the watch list for the growing demand in data centers? Yeah, Roland. We've been talking about it all night. My mic is going in and out. Hold on. Can you hear me now, Fresher Baby MC? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me now? Is this better? Clear. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. Hey, David, you missed it. I told them to get Coin. I was talking about Coinbase, and but you can call me tomorrow, David. I got you. Call me tomorrow. I got you. I'll rebring it. Well, matter of fact, just watch the replay. It'll be on YouTube. Everybody that caught the ass end of the show, you can watch all my replays on YouTube. You can subscribe to me by clicking the link in my TikTok bio, and also check out my Linktree and join the community that way as well. So yeah, we got that happening on November the 15th. Trump is not going to ignore military pay, y'all. That's the kind of flashpoint that's going to move politicians real fast. So I'm pretty sure he going to do something. But who knows? Also, November the 17th could be one of those moments. It'll be the second missed paycheck for all federal workers if it's still closed by November 17th. That means hundreds of thousands of unpaid employees across essential services, air traffic control, TSA, border security. Shit gonna start hitting its financial limits by then, and we can look for shortages in aviation if that happens. Ain't gonna be no flights. So I think it'll get cut on by then. Then we got Thanksgiving. This is America's biggest fucking travel season. Y'all can't sit down. This is America's biggest travel season. This is like in Asia when they have the Lunar New Year. The airports slow down. The flights gets canceled due to staffing issues. You talking massive national outrage. And I can't believe I'm flying on that day. That's crazy. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Who in the hell in their right mind take a flight around Thanksgiving? What the fuck you think this is? Home Alone? But don't nobody want to face that type of pressure during the holiday season, so I think they're going to reopen the government by then. But these dates that I just named, though, the November the 15th, the military going to lose money. The 17th, November the 17th, it'll be the airports. And then November 27th, it'll be even worse. So the bottom line is these are a bunch of pressure put on Congress. It's going to force them to compromise and reopen the government at least this month in November, if not by late November. Now, what happens to the market when the government reopens? We can expect a short-term rally because it's already pumping right now before it then even officially reopened. So when the shutdown ends, the floodgates going to open. We got government employees that's going to get back pay. Spending resumes, Is it spending resumes looking at? And the market gonna breathe again, right? And the stocks that sold off during the shutdown, especially um, the ones that a big hit, they gonna bounce hard. So pay attention to the ones that fell during the shutdown. And we've seen this every time it's been a shutdown and it recovers right after. So we got to look at companies like Oracle. I need y'all to look at Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, a bunch of defense ETFs. Those like to pop. So every time it reopen, it's going to bring cash flow back. A bunch of contracts that was being held up gonna get processed. But remember though, liquidity alone is not going to just hold this shit up. So for this to last, we need confirmation on some other shit. Like if the Feds start talking about cutting the rates in December. I think we talked about everything. I'm gonna go over Pfizer a little bit more too because I half-ass touched on Pfizer, and I think y'all sleep on the medical industry, the medical sector, the health sector. I mean, don't sleep on the health sector. Cause soon as some shit pop off, like it did last time when he was in office, right out of nowhere, just like a pandemic out of nowhere, people just out of nowhere. You want to already be positioned. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I told y'all they spent $10 billion to get to acquire something called Metsera. Now this is a biotech company in the weight loss and metabolic drug space, right? So this deal is Pfizer's official entry into the weight loss drug market. This the same market that Novo Nordisk is in, the same market that Eli Lilly is in. So Novo Nordisk originally made its own $10 billion offer. They tried to buy it. They tried to outbid Pfizer. That caused Pfizer initial merger process to stall. Pfizer responded by suing Novo Nordisk for anti-competitive practices. Y'all remember they got sued? Basically claiming that Novo tried to block the deal on some unfair shit. And then the United States judge dismissed that lawsuit. Pfizer came back stronger, revised this offer, sealed the deal, and won the acquisition. So what does this mean? This means that they are pivoting. After a rough post-pandemic stretch, when COVID vaccine revenue dropping and weaker pipeline momentum, they are now betting big on the next megatrend, which is weight loss therapeutics. So we got drugs like Wegovy, and Lilly got some shit called Zepbound. TikTok, this is for educational purposes only. So these drugs are redefining modern medicine. So a lot of people just gonna go get that Ozempic shot. So they not just for weight managing though. They not just for managing your weight. They use this. This is a diabetic medicine, cardiovascular risk medicine. You got a metabolism you got a problem with your metabolism. That's what this medicine was for. But people using it for weight loss. So, but anyways, whenever a large pharmaceutical company make a big buy like the one they just did, or a acquisition in a high growth area, that's letting you know that it's some sector rotation going on. So Wall Street gonna start trying to figure out whether other companies in the same space, right? Some other small biotech companies that deal with obesity, or they got a pipeline in that type of medicine, if they gonna pump too. So keep an eye on other stuff like XBI. And like I said, Novo and Hims, especially Hims. Now I'm gonna go back and talk about that mausoleum dude that said that the market could pump in 2026 in January or February. And he telling us to be careful. I don't even want to talk about him no more. I don't even want to talk about him no more. Y'all know what it is. Where we at? All right, I'm pretty much just this gonna be one of them weeks. Today gonna be twice as good as yesterday, and half as good as tomorrow. We're gonna go over about how money really move before I let y'all go. You know what I'm saying? I got about another 30 minutes left in me. If y'all can get me to 5K likes, I stay a little bit longer. I stay longer. It's 3 a.m. though. I don't know what time it is where y'all at, but hit the follow button if you new here, if you haven't already. And y'all do me a favor while I'm yapping, I need y'all tapping, right? So it's 3 parts to every financial system, if y'all didn't know. If you missing one, you're going to always feel stuck, right? I want y'all to know because this going to help you build generational wealth. This part of the show, this might be the best part of the live tonight. And I think I done gave y'all some pretty good information. What y'all think? Put a W in the chat if you learned something or if you got some good information from me tonight. If you know what I'm saying. If you found the live stream to be of value, let me know. Drop a W in the chat. That's what's up. I appreciate y'all. So I will make sure I go over this with y'all. So the first part of every financial system is income protection. This is what wealthy people do. Y'all gonna be wealthy people too. I want you to confirm it and accept it, right? Accept it. Acknowledge it. You know you're gonna be wealthy. Now, wealthy people protect their income. The moment they earn it, they protect it. Wealthy people protect their income the moment they earn it. K-Dub asked me when you think it's going to open the government. This week, or if not this week, this month. I think it's going to happen this month. Yeah, Roxy, it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It is going to happen. And it ain't a matter of when out of nowhere. It's a matter of when you do the right steps to make that happen. I promise you it's not far-fetched. K-Dub, it don't matter. I know it's going to happen this month, though. Yeah, where was I at? Income protection. So you don't want to wait until a disaster hit. You want to use tools like a trust. You could put life insurance on the trust if you don't have it. This ain't a fear thing. It's a wealth transfer tool. You supposed to get a trust. You supposed to get life insurance and use it like the wealthy people do. It's a tax-free way for you to make sure that your money gonna keep growing even after you gone. You got to think about that. Every dollar that they leave behind, multiply. Do you not want to be like that type of person? You should want to be that type of person. Maybe you are the architect of your family's legacy. So if you die without a plan, the government gonna decide who gets what, and then they gonna tax it. So do you ever wonder why the rich people always talk about having a trust or having a will set up? It's not because they fancy. It's really because they want control. So when you have a trust, you get to decide. That's how the rich people keep wealth in their family for generations. I hope y'all learning. Part 3, because I went over part 1, income protection. Part 2 is asset control. Part 3 is money multiplication. This is the part most people love, right? This is what y'all are here for: investing, trading, building portfolios. But the truth is, if you only focus on growing money and not protecting or structuring it, you're building a castle on sand. The wealthy people, they do all 3. They protect, they control, and they multiply. Now, for my traders and my investors in here, this where this shit all click at for you, because trading is your offense. It's how you score points, but defense gonna win the game. That's what, listen, ask anybody that's in sports, they gonna tell you defense wins games. That defense is your structure, your protection, your trust, your income shield. So the biggest mistake I see a bunch of traders make is they win big on the market, but then they lose everything to taxes or debt or poor structure, or they give it right back to the market. They don't invest in shit. So what's going to separate them from being rich, or what separate the rich people from the poor people is skill. No, it's not. You thought it was skill. What separates the rich people from the poor people is being smart, said. No, it's not. You thought it was that. It's structure. They trade smart, but they also protect smart. That's why That's why one family gets wealthy and the other one just gets by on a hamster wheel with a piece of cheese in front of it that don't never get them nowhere, but they gonna be on that motherfucker working till they sick. So the question is not how much money you make, it's how long your money gonna work for you after you stop. Everybody in the chat should know their financial independent number. I ask the live every night just to keep it fresh on y'all forefront, like on your frontal lobe. I need you to know how much money do you need to never have to work again, to retire right now. Put it in the chat. Tell me how much money you need right now to never have to work again a day in your life and retire. It's kind of a hard question because you don't know how long you're going to live. But you got to try to price that in too. That's called a financial independent number. And a lot of people don't even think about it. They'll blur the number out and never thought twice about how they are actually going to go from their current state to the desired state. So if you ever said, I want to break the cycle in my family, this is how it starts. You don't break the cycle by working harder. You break it by working smarter with money. Your money should be working for you. K-Dub said $1 million. Mike said 60K a year. That is super obtainable, Mike. You're humble. You're humble, Mike, and it's not far-fetched. I'm pretty sure you can use the rule of 72 and it'll get you there. It's like they call it the banker's rule. But yeah, if you the person in your family that's supposed to break that cycle, you don't break the cycle by working hard. The wealthy buy assets, not liabilities. They build protection, not problems. They create systems that keep making money even when they sleep or even when they dead and gone. That can be you if you learn the rules of the game. Now, I know some of y'all listening and thinking, said, bro, ain't nobody ever taught me this shit. I wish I learned this years ago. I would have got started then, but that's exactly why I do what I do. I'm looking for a few people who want to take this seriously, people who don't just want to talk about money, but want to move with money. I'm building something. I'm building a circle of ambitious individuals who want to learn how to build, protect, and multiply wealth the right way, right? Because people who want to help others while building their own legacy, that's who I'm looking for. So if you're sitting there thinking, I want to learn more, I want to get positioned, I want to understand how to apply this stuff for real, reach out after the stream. We can talk privately. Give me your name, your number, the best time to call you, and we're going to see if you're ready to take the next step. I'll guide you through it. Now, if you don't build a system for your money, someone else going to build off your money. And the government, they got a system. The banks got a system. Corporations got a system. All of them profit when you don't have a system. Everything I named, they profit when you don't got a system. So it's time for you to play smarter. Learn the rules, build protection, build growth, build a legacy. Because one day your last name should mean something very fucking powerful. Not just a memory, but a movement. Yeah, be something. I'm here to teach that. I'm here to guide ambitious people who are ready to stop living paycheck to paycheck and start living by a financial blueprint, right? Stay tuned. Take notes when you in my class, right? When you ready to move different, message me, inbox me. I'll be your mentor, because if not now, when? So once again, drop a fire emoji for me in the chat if you learned something new tonight for the sake of engagement, y'all. And if you're ready to take your money game to the next level, reach out to me. Like I said, I'm going to show you exactly where to start. Any questions before I cut out? It's 3 a.m. The market I got to get up in like 4 hours. So, yeah, inbox me your name and your number if you would like to continue the learning. And I'll let somebody else get y'all attention span for the rest of the night. But I do appreciate y'all for paying attention and for spending time. It is so valuable. I really do. Any questions before I go? You welcome, Fresher Baby MC. GG's K-Dub. Mike Sear, I appreciate you for the follow. Two Door, you a little bit late. Everybody that came in at the end of the live stream, the replay will be on TikTok. Oh, not on TikTok. What am I saying? I will post clips of it on TikTok, but the replay will be on YouTube. Any questions before I go? This is the Q&A section. This is y'all chance to ask me any questions. I'll answer them. I already got a feeling with a voice coming, so let me go ahead and pull that up. What city y'all, matter of fact, I ain't gonna say what city because some of y'all might be listening from a small town. So what state are y'all listening in from? Matter of fact, just go ahead and drop the city and state. Why not? Tell me what city and state you are listening to me from right now. I like to do like a survey so I can see, who's all in the live, who comes in my live mostly. So please do your city a favor and let me know what city and state you are listening from so I can see where my listeners are coming from. Rep your city real quick. Rep your city. You trade stocks or stock options? I trade stocks and stock options. I buy stocks and sell stocks, so I guess I trade them. Yeah, but I trade stock options. I trade futures as well, though, because the futures market is open 23 hours a day, and I like that. You see, I'm up all night. 312 Chicago. What's happening, Chi-Town? Okay, busy. You in the Bay Area? Okay. Anybody else? Where y'all at? Come on, now talk to me. Rep your city. I want to see where y'all at. Where y'all listening to me from? We mean traders from all over the world. The club just opened up. We at the Trader Bar. Lady D, Marietta, Georgia. Okay. And y'all got any other questions though? Cause I guess I can go over. I guess I can give y'all a crash course real quick. I like doing that. I always like giving my new friends a quick lesson. No, I ain't gonna use that chart. I'm gonna use Porter shots. Yeah, fresh. Yeah. I'll use Pfizer as an example. Them candlesticks ain't really big enough though. This one cool. All right, this is MU. If you look at the top left of this, you'll see the ticker. I've been caught up with work, travel, but need to hit you up about training. Roxy, I'm right around the corner. Hey, listen, all you Chicago people, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. I'm next door to y'all. Now, I know we dealing with a lot of snow right now, but I'm right next door to you guys. Don't be like that. All right, don't be like that. Y'all know we neighbors. We are neighbors. And all y'all in Michigan, too. So Michigan, Ohio, and Chicago, y'all are my neighbors. Kentucky, y'all a little bit on the farther down side. You feel me? But Memphis, Kentucky, Ohio, and Chicago, and Michigan. Send the snow down south. You do not want the snow? Let me show you something. You talking about you send the snow down south. I'm going to get to the crash course, y'all. Calm down. I just send the snow down south is crazy. You do not want this, Fresher baby. Y'all wouldn't know how to act. Y'all don't know how to act. I'm from Atlanta. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. Them folk down there do not know how to act over a little bit of ice. Now I know they not ready, Roxy. Roxy, they are not ready. You talking about shut the city down. They shut the city down over sleet. A sleet. We don't know what a sleet is up here. What's crazy is this, what you looking at, happened in one day. This ain't 2 days worth of snow. This is 1 day worth of snow. This picture was taken yesterday when the snow first started. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna get off the snow. I'm just saying it's cold up here, okay? So yeah, I'm happy. I go to Vegas in about a week, and I'm excited because I'm gonna be the fuck away from this snow. I live in Richmond, so I'm hip. Oh yeah, okay. Now what stock was I finna check? MU. That's what I was using. MU. All right. So every time you're looking for a stock, like let's say we're looking for Tesla, you can type in the full name Tesla, or you can type in the abbreviation TSLA, and that is the ticker, TICKER, because I know I pronounce words a little funky sometimes. So ticker. If you look at the words EMA at the top of this chart, you see EMA in the in gray lettering, and then blue, and then orange, and then purple lettering. Those are just letting you know what levels I have my EMA set at. A EMA is a indicator. Okay, it's self-explanatory. It's an indicator. It helps you indicate shit. You have the 9 EMA, okay, and then I have the 50 EMA, and I have the 200 EMA. So the 9 EMA is shown with the blue line, the 50 EMA is shown with the orange one, and then the 200 EMA is shown with the purple one. The EMA is just pretty much a footprint to show you where the stock usually trades at that amount of candles. So the 9 EMA is showing you the previous 9 candles. The 50 EMA is showing you the previous 50 candles, where it would usually be. And then same for the 200. And usually whenever the price is trading above all 3 EMAs, is bullish. If it's trading under all 3 EMAs, is bearish. If you see the EMAs crossing above each other, that's a signal of a reversal in trend. And whenever you see these green and red candlesticks on the chart, that's just showing you that the price went up or down. Red candlesticks show you that the price went down. Green candlesticks show you that the price went up. Okay? A green candlestick opens at the bottom and closes at the top. Red candlesticks open at the top and they close at the bottom. If you look at the red and green vertical bars that are on top of the dates at the bottom row of this chart, because you notice that there's numbers on the right side and then there's dates on the bottom side. So in school, they tried to teach you about the XY axis, but for this case, we're going to call one the date axis, and then the other one is going to be called the price axis. So the prices is on the right-hand side. That's the price axis. The dates is on the bottom. That is the date axis. You can see September the 30th of last year. You can see February 29th of this year, July 31st of this year, and we are now in November. So this shit don't make no sense, kind of. But the only reason it don't is because it's not zoomed in. So it's not zoomed in, so you're not gonna see, because it's on a monthly time frame right now, which means each candlestick represents 1 month of time. So we won't see November's candlestick and fully close until December comes. Either way it go, when you see this one candlestick, is just showing you how much this stock moved during that month. So I know that in 1 month, the price shot up from $173 to about $225 in 1 month. And I know that because I'm looking at the bottom row and I'm looking at the right row, and that is how you read a chart. Okay, it's simple. You can use a stock chart. I mean, not a stock chart, but you can use a candlestick chart for just about anything. And once you learn how to read a candlestick chart, you can trade futures, you can trade Forex, you can trade stock options, all this shit you can trade with the same information. Now, like I said, right above the dates, you got red and green vertical bars, and they're not, just like the ones that are on the chart, but those are not candlesticks. Those are volume bars that's above the dates. Volume bars just tell you how many shares of that stock is being publicly traded at that time. A lot of volume means it's going to be a big move. A little volume means it's not going to be that big of a move. Okay, this matters. You might see a red candlestick and it got a little volume. Don't be afraid of that shit. But if you see a red candlestick with big volume, then that means there's a lot of selling pressure. The sellers are in control. Under the dates, you see the MACD. That is the moving average convergence divergence. Okay, and whenever the MACD line crosses above the signal line, that shows you a reversal in trend and that the price is probably about to go up it's flipping bullish. And if it does the opposite, it's flipping bearish. Then the next indicator we have is called the RSI. It's only shown here on the chart, right above the word trade. That blue line is telling you the RSI. RSI stands for Relative Strength Index. It tells you whether a stock is oversold or overbought. And right now, it's over 70. And whenever the RSI is over 70, it is overbought. Whenever the RSI is under 30, it is oversold. So whenever it's oversold, that's a good time to buy because it's oversold. Whenever it's overbought, that's a good time to sell because it's overbought. What is a stock? A stock is, let's say you had a company named, don't play College John. Don't come in my classroom playing this shit. I will send your ass to in-school detention or in-school suspension, whatever they call it. No, for real though, a stock is whenever a company goes public and they allow other people to invest in them. I'm gonna give you the definition just because you asked. A stock is it's what I tell you to go outside and get before I do what your grandmama should have did a long time ago. My bad. That's not a stock. That's a switch. Market has been beautiful. Yes, it has. Yes, it has, John 31. Yes, it has. So what do y'all expect? What do y'all think the market finna do for the rest of this week? I said I was finna get off live and y'all got me talk about the rest of the week. Oh, I'm sorry. My mother passed last year, so I apologize. I was just joking. Yeah, my mama just slapped the ghost of my mom just slapped me in the back of my head for making jokes and shit. I think it depends on if the government opens or not. Yeah, I think they going to, Fresher. I think they going to. No, I'm saying the market going to rest in peace higher. Oh, see, you got me doing all this sad shit, man. You talking about, nah, bro, you tripping. I was talking about the market. He talking about rest in peace to the market. It is up to a level where I feel like when it open, they going to take profits. They going to take profits. We'll see another dip. We'll see another dip. All you new traders out there. Y'all so fresh to the market. Talking about some, how can I make $50 every day? Said, can you teach me how to make $200 every day? Can you show me how to make $1,000 a day? Said, yeah, bring your ass on. I got something for you. Come on. I'm going to show you how to make $1,000 a day. Come on. Come on, I got you. This is not financial advice. Listen, y'all better stop asking people for fish and learn how to fish. Okay? That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to give you fish. I'm here to teach you how to fish. Can y'all all do me a solid and hit that heart at the top next to my name? Go ahead and send me that heart me. Join a fan club. It helps me with engagement. TikTok be looking at me like, bro, you got a dry ass live because they do not be sending you gifts. They do not be liking your shit. They do not be sharing your live out. They do not be following you. So guess what? TikTok punished me for that, bro. Y'all trying to give me a whooping, bro. No, real talk. They slow down my they damn near shadow ban you when you don't got enough engagement going on. But it's all good though. Y'all caught the ass end of the live. Y'all better check out the replay on YouTube. Subscribe to me on YouTube and you can watch this entire stream that you missed. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm about to start yawning. The conversation is done now. I only know the words to this song now. I'm about to get off the live, y'all. When I start singing this shit, it's over with. But yeah, we're going to make today twice as good as yesterday and half as good as tomorrow. Thank y'all for sitting through the entire live. Y'all who I do it for. Again, inbox me your name and your number if you're interested in a business opportunity. Okay? I got it. I'm in a position to put other people in a position. Roxy, thank you. Thank you, Roxy, so very much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Brunch on me. As soon as you tell me when I can come out to the Lake Shore. As soon as you say, hey, yeah, you can come out to Lake Shore, brunch is on me. You just got to show me where the food at. Matter of fact, I know Chicago got some very good food. I just got hungry thinking about it. At 3 in the morning, I need to lay down. All right, so I'll see y'all tomorrow. If y'all joined the community, I'll see y'all in the morning. If you join the community, I'll be there. All right. If not, I'll see you on TikTok later on in the evening time. Please do not forget, you guys, to give me your name and your number if you're interested in the business opportunity. You basically are going to learn financial literacy. You're going to get a financial education that they should have gave you in school. You're going to learn so much. You're going to learn how to help families build legacies. You're going to help families build legacies. That's what we do. We help people. So I'm in the business of helping families. If that's what you want to do as well, inbox me your name and your number and we can get you started. Just tell me how much you would like to make a month. So I will put that in the inbox too. How much you would like to make a month with your name and your number and the best time to call you. And I'm going to reach out to you in the daytime. Y'all enjoy today.